Welcome, friends. Today we're doing another first impressions video. Awesome. That's right, friends. Today I am back with another in our first impressions series on the house of Anatole Lebreton. Last time we tried out 4 of his fragrances, including Grimoire, which smelled a bit like a sweaty priest. And I forget what it was called, but it was the beeswax one, the honey one, which was quite nice, and I think I might try that on skin. But today we have 4 fresh fragrances that I have never smelled before, so we will be doing the first of first impressions. Original impressions. Today's first fragrance is Guillerette. And we have a Brioche, which I have heard much about, is a gourmand. Literally smells like a brioche bun, so we will see. Would you behave? Next up, we have Perfumista. That's one we can all get behind. And next we have Racine Carrée. So I actually already have a fragrance called Racine, and I have a watch called the Carrée. How strange. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? And first up today we had... what is it? Guillerette. That is not an easy one to say. So I'm just going to pull up some kind of... where are you? Pull up some kind of note breakdown on the website. A flowery and light fragrance, fresh and airy, crunchy and tender, full of carefree springtime joy. Lemon, bergamot, white lilac, lily of the valley, heliotrope and white musk. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to hate this, but we'll see. Let's have a look. Guillerette, even. What do we have? I was in the shop earlier and I was smelling perfumes, and this guy was like, "You like a big strong smell, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." What we got here? No, it's not that bad. It smells very floral. It does smell like gardeny, you know. A little bit powdery. A little bit purple. Definitely white musk in it. Lemon, yes, but not like a zesty lemon. More of like a calm lemon, you know. It's quite well behaved, this, for a floral fragrance for my nose. Floral fragrances for me can go very unpleasant, heady. That's quite nice. I'm getting some of the bergamot. The bergamot and the lemon top's quite nice. I'm getting some powdery kind of thing as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some iris in here. But iris strikes me as the type of thing that when you put it in something, you like to tell people that it's in there, because it's it's an expensive ingredient. People respond always in perfumery to iris. I beg your pardon. But there is some kind, it might be the musk, but it's definitely that kind of pillowy, cloudy, furry kind of thing going on, you know? Fresh, zesty. Something a little bit heady, you know? Maybe it's the lily of the valley. Lily of the Valley is very prominent. It's got this kind of soapy, green kind of thing going on. fresh, light, soapy, little bit citric, clean. Smells like a bathroom after you've used it, you know. Girl soap. Lady soap. Fresh, pretty. It's nice, that. It's pleasant. It's not something I would ever wear, but it's nice and it's well made. So props for that. Excuse me whilst I should have done this before I started the video, but I've started, so I'll finish. This is my hydration. Excuse me whilst I replenish my hydration, lest I won't be able to make it through the video. We can't have that. You only get one chance to make a first impression, so no edits. No, well, not that I edit anything ever, but you know what I mean. Next up we have the much vaunted Brioche. Now, I've heard much of this fragrance. It's meant to smell like a brioche bun. Full of generosity and sprinkled with comfort, an addictive fragrance that celebrates the real, the sweetness of the home, the delicious regression, the nourishing greed, the homemade. Butter, brioche, croissant, bran. That's a first. I've never seen bran before, but I've never seen croissant or brioche, to be fair, either. Bran, honey, tonka, hay, and sandalwood. I imagine the hay is going to dominate, because whenever these indie brands use that hay note, it always seems to do bits. It always seems to be the main thing in the fragrance. Let's see, shall we? Let us see. Brioche. What you got for me? That is really nice. That is really nice, to be fair. The hay note is massive. It always is. It's green, but it's creamy. It's warm. It's buttery. The honey's really clever in here. The honey just seems to be like a drizzle. There's not like, because honey can do the same thing that hay note can do and dominate everything in sight, you know. It's got hay. It's got maybe some kind of chamomile sort of vibe going on, you know. Very soft green, very lightly floral, fresh produce. It's got a fresh produce kind of thing going on. Oh, this really is very nice. But that hay note is dominant. And I'm wondering what hay has to do with a brioche, unless you're talking about living in a French country garden house, you know, one of those little old stone built buildings, an old farmhouse type of thing, where everything's made fresh on the day and it's all local produce and it's fresh, and this smells like the time of year when everything's coming back to life. It's beautiful. It really is very, very, very beautiful, this. It's fantastic. I am impressed. It's giving that farmhouse experience. That's what it's doing. It smells like a farm. Honey. A little bit of butter. Chamomile. It's got a little bit of Pavarotti about it. And I like that. It's got that kind of sunshine, that yellow sunshine on a late spring, early summer's morning thing. It's beautiful. It's really nice. That's a high compliment from me, saying it smells a bit like Pavarotti. That will be going on skin as well. Definitely. Next up we have Perfumista. Now, I don't know what Perfumista smells like. What does it smell like? It doesn't have a write-up, but it does have some notes. Rose, pear, raspberry, plum, jasmine, patchouli, musk, Peru balsam, and Virginia cedar. Let's see. Released in 2019. Okay. Perfumista. I haven't smelled it yet, but I can smell it in the air. I haven't brought it to my nose yet. Rose, patchouli, a little, maybe some violet, green, fruity. Could be the pear. Could be the pear. Could be the plum with the rose. This is pretty. It's nice. It's jammy. It's got a jam sort of thing, but like jam with a top, and then a darkness and a depth as well. But it's fruity. And a little bit musky. Potent. Good grief. What was in it again? Is it balsamic? Is it resinous? I don't know. It's got that fresh fruity rose thing going on. Maybe with a little bit of skunk somewhere in it. Maybe the jasmine, could be the musk. That top is definitely summer fruits kind of thing going on. Plum, pear, raspberry. And then it's got this jam kind of vibe too. It's really nice, this actually. I keep expecting to smell like a Palau oud. You know? I keep expecting that to hit next, but it doesn't. I get some balsamic, resinous kind of thing. I'm getting a bit of skank from what must be the got to be the jasmine. I don't know if you can get skanky patchouli, can I? I don't think you can. Could be the musk. Oh, the jasmine's doing a bit too much for me in this. Patchouli's coming forward a bit more now. This kind of dark earthiness too. It's nice. It's nice, but it's not great. It's got the beginnings of oud, like an oud rose saffron thing. I keep expecting that to hit next. You know what I mean? You know, like muscle memory or something. When you've smelled that rose before, a little bit fruity, you're always expecting the usual to come next. Very strange. Very strange. Okay. We will move on to next, and lastly for today, Racine Carrée. There's no write-up about this either, but it does have some notes. There's iris, clary, sage, celery, chamomile, carrot, vetiver, cypriol oil, ambroxan, licorice. Carrot, we've smelled that in one of these before. Chamomile, I'm pretty certain I smelled in one of the other ones. Celery, you rascal, really? Cypriol oil or nagamatha, that fills me with dread. I always think promise. Promise was too much. I loved it until I was like, too much. Excuse me. So the carrot is immediate. The carrot and the iris. Irises and carrots are related in smell. They've got this waxy, earthy root kind of thing going on, you know. You get the vetiver. This is very promising so far. It's a little bit woody. It's a little bit creamy from the iris, waxy kind of thing. It's then got this kind of spicy greenness, which I assume is between the celery, the licorice, and the cypriol oil. That's really strange. It's strange but good. So, what we got here? The vetiver's starting to come in a bit stronger now, and it's that clean green, creamy, clean cream green, dark, minty kind of thing. There are lots of different strands of this perfume, all avoiding and then embracing each other. It's like a dance. The iris and this kind of carroty effect is rooty. It's a big rooty perfume because vetiver's a root, iris is a root, licorice is a root, carrots are roots. Where do you get nagamatha from? Do you extract it from roots? It's earthy, so I think you do. The chamomile in this will add like a floral soft cushion kind of vibe. It's very clever how he's added all these different ingredients, which are very different from each other, but they all have a similar effect. You know? And they all talk to each other. It's coherent. It's more like a chant. It reminds me a bit of the Tears of Iris by Gucci. Except a bit greener. That's really nice as well. I might have to try that on skin. That's a disaster because that's 3. That's really nice, that. I really like that. I appreciate that. This has been a rather successful smell, if the success is to get through to the next stage of trying them on skin. Absolutely. So, let's go back over them and see what's happening. We will start with Aloe Guillerette, I beg your pardon. Meh. I'm not really bothered about that, to be honest. A little bit ozonic now, if I'm being honest. Brioche is very interesting. Smells like a farmhouse after some bakery's been done, or while bakery is being prepared to be done. That hay note is doing things. Anybody who's out there using that hay note, and I mean anybody, every time I've smelled that hay note in something, it has dominated. It's a huge note. Please be gentle. That it's not Anatole Lebreton, it's everyone. Everybody is overdosing that hay note to the nth degree, and it's a potent motherfucker. Okay. Perfumista. I like Perfumista, but I'm not going to try it on skin. It's nice, but... And last up, Racine Carrée. That is nice. I like that. And it's between Brioche and that, for which is my favourite today. And I will continue to smell these throughout the rest of the day. And I will be back on Monday when I have... How many left? 3. I have 3 left to do on Monday. And they are... Incarnata, Fleur Cachée, and Los Scandalous. And that is it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching my first impressions today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.